Wagwan people, bless upon yourself. Here we are. I told you guys I was gonna do this video on Masicka, right? Masicka alkaline Masicka. Why Masicka is to me a little scared, to take on that whole to me take on the name, the young king, the rising king, the king of dancehall. It's a title that you know more on the hardcore side of dancehall, a lot of artists they aspire for that name, the king of dancehall. But with that name or with that title, it comes rivalry and competition, right? Because there's other artists in the game, that's going to be claiming, the title. That's how this whole, you know, like I'm the number one, you know, I'm the king, you know, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the GOAT. This is how these titles, were acquired by artists proclaiming themselves as such. And with that said, they had to rival other artists or other artists that was in that genre, for that title. All right. So we see this whole thing happen before with, Bounty Killer and Beanie Man, you know. But back then it was like more like a stage thing. You had to go out on stage and showcase your raw talent, you know. But if you was proclaiming yourself as, the king of the dance hall or the baddest thing, or the greatest or the baddest lyricist and all of these things, it's like you had to compete against other people who were proclaiming or trying to claim that title. You know what I mean? So Vibes Cartel, Movado, we saw that happen. But with Vibes Cartel, Movado, it's like other artists is after from that point on start taking camps, because back then it was just the artists they using their name, like the Ninja Man, the Super Cat, it was like Ninja Man versus Super Cat or Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man, it wasn't more like a alliance versus, what Beanie Man, they say he was a part of the wasn't scared them was no, that wasn't scared them crew, the what Beanie Man crew the name again. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? But from Movado and Vibes Cartel step in the business, it was like a gully Gaza war. And from then on, other artists, younger artists, they start, you know, um, building their own camp, you know. So we see camps such as, you know, um, you know, Sparta, you know, Unruly, Vendetta, now we have Massacre, Genocide. We have before then it was before yeah before then artists wasn't doing this before Movado and Vibes Cartel. These young artists now start building their own camp. They had the six, you know. The six is real. They had Squash and Chronicle and all of them, So we see these camps start, formulating in there. So now some people might say, clashing is kind of like it segregates dance. So no, dancehall is a big genre. They have people, they have artists that's putting out music, and some of these artists are doing fairly well or even better than some of the artists on the hardcore side of dancehall music. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is there's this thing within the music where artists want to compete for that name, that title. You know what I mean? But overall, there's nothing wrong with other artists such as the Sean Paul, the Shaggies, the Charlie Blacks. You know what I mean? And you could go on and on. The Conscience, you know, artists that just putting out music, and it's not really has nothing to do with like rivalry, or they're not in a lyrical, you know, um, confrontation or competition with anyone else. They're just putting out great music overall. And these artists, they're doing their thing and they're doing phenomenal things for the culture too. But on that aspect of dancehall, when you're proclaiming the title, it's like you have to showcase it. You know what I mean? You have to show why you're the baddest or why you're the goat or why you're this. People just gonna compare you to other artists in the genre that's making the same statement. And then we saw that happen with Alkaline, right? After the Gully Gaza clash, you know, there's a few clashes here and there, that people would talk about, and even before with Alkaline, you step out, there was Masicka gunning, for Idonia. People said they still want to see that clash, the Masicka and Idonia clash, even though the artists they quell that right now and say, well, they move on to bigger and better things, whatever. But certain fans in dancehall would still love to see that clash or hear that clash, because at the end of the day, Idonia could say he's the baddest thing. Masicka could say that he's the baddest thing, but two of them, probably throw some subliminals here and there, whatever, but we never got a real outright clash between the artists them. So people would debate and say, well, it's debatable. Feel me? It's not like when Movado and Vibes Cartel did a clash. To this day, people still debate, well, who win the clash? Gaza fans are gonna say Vibes Cartel will go. Um, yeah, Gaza fans are gonna say Gaza win. Gully fans are gonna say Gully side win the clash. But the people overall did say it was Gully side who won the clash. But at the end of the day, it was so iconic. People still talk about that. That lyrical confrontation between them two artists that to this day, right? And whether you know, who's the baddest thing, you know, who won that clash. You feel me? So it keeps those artists' name and in that argument or the aspect when it comes to dancehall music. Not saying they don't have big records and was doing bigger things and whatever. If you feel me, but once it comes to that title, you have to compete. You have to showcase your talent. You feel me? So we saw Alkaline step out, and from Alkaline step out really, and start go at other artists. I never really see this youth falter from a clash. That's why I think in a sense Masicka is kind of scared, because it what happened here. Alkaline step out and Alkaline, the whole Gully Gaza thing, and then Alkaline link up with Vado and with Gully Vendetta and Ray. So a lot of people look at it as Alkaline took side with Gully. A lot of Gaza fans were offended, and that's why they start kind of like bashing Alkaline and saying things about it. They was doing that before with the comparison and and stuff like that. But when Alkaline link up with Gully God and do the song, and then he did a song with Movado and I think first, and then I can't remember if it was the Movado and Alkaline collaboration before the Movado Alkaline and I collaboration, but we saw Alkaline link up with Vado, and Alkaline, start getting this thing where we link up with Vado. People start sending shots. One of those artists was Popcorn. You know what I mean? Guys, Popcorn was, I was taking his little subliminal shots at Movado, whatever, because Popcorn thought he had reached. That's what I'm saying when you start making certain claim. You feel me? So Popcorn thought he had reached, and, Popcorn start feel, some people might say, well, pause for that, but Popcorn start feeling himself, you know, and he figured, well, he could go against Amofado, and that was a wrong move for Popcorn. That was a wrong move for Popcorn. So to this day and that, so people would look at Popcorn as a, boy, you should have just take the high road and, keep throwing your subliminals them and whatever, because this is what is art. These artists do that. They call out certain artists' name and talk about them in subliminal, throw shots, throw their shades, whatever. But then when it's time to clash, you know what I mean? It's like, are you battle ready, tested? Popcorn, at the end of the day, you have to give him credit, because at least he started the clash. He was firing shots at Movado same way. But Movado beat and teaching school Popcorn in that clash. You know what I mean? Until it reached to the point where Popcorn actually came out and apologized. I said he apologized to his fans and whatever, because he said he moving on to bigger and better things. The Clash is not doing nothing for him or whatever. But I didn't think the Clash wasn't doing nothing for Popcorn. I think Bovado was, boy, not literally, but close. You know what I mean? Because with them songs, boy, why Movado put Popcorn out there as this artist that look, bro, like you're not in my league, bro. You're not in my league, especially when it comes to this. This is my playground right here. You know what I mean? Cause Movado Bus is an hardcore artist, DJ, right? So Movado was like, bro, you know, it's like a big man beat type of picnic. This is not even fair. You know what I'm saying? And it really wasn't, you know what I mean? Trust me, it really wasn't. Popcorn can't, you can't handle Movado War, dog. It's like, it wasn't, I understand. But Popcorn, he said he moved on to bigger and better things. People were like, yeah, unruly fans, you know, they don't get in their feelings and I said the same thing. Oh, well, yeah, you see how much records we are just selling them side over your big doing this billboard and you know. Yeah, that's good, but that's not a conversation. You know, we talking about going down in the history books in dancehall as one of the baddest, one of the roughest and toughest, the goat when it comes to this. You know what I mean? Yeah, the legendary status when it comes to this. You know what I mean? Because as much Popcorn is going to be in that conversation, and these and certain artists is going to be in that certain conversation when it comes to like, yeah, you know, they got records that sell gold and you know platinum and you know blah 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 and Ray and you know the title. But when it comes to clash, people don't want to hear that, bro. You and then you could use that disrespecting you know another artist by pulling the level scared. But if that artist is beating you to the punch, you know what I'm saying, with metaphors, lyrics, you know what I mean, and cadence, all right, and information that's very disrespectful to the other artists and discredit, kind of like shable down their badness. No, brother. You know what I mean? You just need for bill and just, if you feel me. And that's what Alkaline to me, after Movado and Vibes Cartel, Alkaline to me is the artist that you know, battle tested ready, but it's like you can't get a fair competition because after the Movado, Popcorn, you know, few Popcorn decide, him I go, I guess, you know, chill with Vado because that's not a fair fight. And him I go disrespect Alkaline. All right. No, boy, that was a wrong move again. Because oh my goodness, man. It's like I was like, hey yo, like why? I don't know, it's like Popcorn, you're on a losing streak right now, brother, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like why you know what I mean? And Alkaline step out and put out one of the most disrespectful truth. When you thought Movado was doing damage, when Alkaline step out and deal with Flopcarn, as Alkaline said in the record. You know what I mean? It wasn't it was like why you know I don't know people. I don't know. It was just like you know it was ironic and it was like oh my goodness, Popcorn again, and we know he was gonna run. You know, we know we ain't gonna get this clash because that's Popcorn. You know, he always fling a stone and hide his hand. You know, but you can't say that when it comes to Movado. But people would say that because you know he stepped out to the wire and he apologized. So why try to go in the next lyrical competition or wire two artists that you already know that you know what I mean? But with the Alkaline, people might say, well, okay, well, you know, who's Alkaline and Ray, you know, Popcorn far from the Gaza, so you don't know Ray. But boy, Alkaline deal with Popcorn away, dog. Nah, like, man deal with Popcorn away, brother. It's right, and Popcorn just move on, I guess, same thing, and you know, never really got a lyrical competition. You feel me? So, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like, can't get a fair fight. Can't get a fair fight when it comes to Alkaline and these artists, man. We saw the same thing with the Six. At least they put up a fight too, but then look what happened. Alkaline discredited these, you know. And at the time, the Six was it. It's like everyone was saying Six for real. Whether you was Movado fans, Gaza fans, Alkaline fans, Unruly fans, Sparta fans, Genocide fans, it didn't matter what fans. When the Six they step in the building, it's like everyone was saying Six. You know what I mean? God, it was just hot. They had this thing about them, you know. I don't know, it was the songs them at the time, you know. Yeah. Them did a go on. Name it was buzzing. If you say six girl them the wine, boy, you tell the six them was boiling, blazing hot, But same thing, took up a fight against Alkaline, defended to camp, and we saw what happened, you know what I mean? And Alkaline discredit the whole six movement, scatter that movement right now. You know what I mean? Very dangerous artist. You know what I mean? And it's like when Alkaline in a clash or in a lyrical confrontation, boy, you wanna know what them songs You want to know what them songs are forward from? You want to know how the artists have that much time to release records? Or you want to wait, you have all these records they put down. Boy, me I tell you, act like a dangerous piece of artist, people. No joke about that. You understand? Man, mash up the six camp. No, man. No, act like dismantle the six camp people, I swear. Yeah, boy. You know what I mean? Damage control. Feel me? And then move on. You know what I mean? 6 days still doing the thing, 6 days still doing it, squashing them, and Bobby Six and we name who's the other one, all of them, Bali Dan, all of them that's affiliated. I mean, you still doing the thing, man. But the six is not out there like it was before. Chronic Class still doing him thing, but I don't think he's really affiliated with the six anymore. Chronic Class had one line doing this thing, but Alkaline caused damage control, and that's what happened. That was the effect, of clashing at Alkaline in a dance hall. See? And then, I don't know. Well, I guess I skip past the Tamale, but we never. I guess why I skip past Tamale is because we never really got a lyrical confrontation with him. At Tamale is more like, Alkaline did tell Tamale, well, yo, Bill, I don't really want to, cause, I don't know. It's like Alkaline did rate Tamale in a way, That's how I look at it. It's like Alkaline did rate Tamale. When I say rate as an artist, you know what I mean? Like, cause Sparta Boss did do him thing, but Alkaline, you remember Alkaline school them you'd say me, say, boy, yeah, clown. You go leech up under the Gaza nation and did it, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Best one is just doing the thing, dog. You know what I mean? Because basically Alkaline was trying to show them you the yo. That's why them can't ramp with the vendetta, you see? Alkaline to show them say, yo, we not depend upon nobody, dog. For nothing, because we a soldier. Remember them single day? Elites only and depend upon nobody. Yeah, man. Alkaline to show them you the boy as an independent artist. And that's the next thing. That's why, because the industry really don't, they really don't fuck with Alkaline like that. But, Alkaline don't tell the industry same thing. You know what I mean? We don't really care about the charts. We don't really care about some little man who try this for soon last and all them things. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, the Alkaline drove for fear these artists, man. Them camp, babe. But Tommy Lee, they try a thing and then Jamil step out, say, wait, babe. You don't know that they go with him and Tommy Lee, But Jamil too, tough artist too, say, wait, though. Yeah, but at one point when they followed, people was expecting a lyrical confrontation between him and Alkaline, but why same thing, you know what I mean? I don't know if somebody tell Jamil, say, well, yo, dog, just build, cause you're not ready for that. And that's a wise decision, you know what I mean? Cause, you used to power the man them and then you fall out and, you start saying all these things and for go against Alkaline, it's not gonna look good, brother. You don't know how Alkaline go to work, so you might as well just build. Just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Use that sympathy card and build and just move on. Don't really, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. But with Masicka, I don't know. A lot of dancehall fans are kind of like disappointed when it comes to this conversation, But other than that, Masicka, great artist anyway, man. You know, great artist. He never bust like how Alkaline bust early in his career because Alkaline did a fine tune. Some people like to say, well, it's the producers who Alkaline was wrong and blah blah. We could say the same thing for Masicka, but Alkaline was just finding better records than Masicka back then. Alkaline bust before him because Alkaline was finding better records. You know what I mean? Putting out better records, more records at the time that was more, I don't know. It was more out there, man. The people them did gravitate to Alkaline music more. You know what I mean? So, Masicka, like I said, he bust And Masicka did a gun for certain artists as a hardcore DJ same way. So that's why people know to this day want to know. Say, well, yo, with the Flame guy and Masicka, cause you did a gun for Alkaline same way, did interviews and call out the youth name and all these things and all these things. So with the Flame guy, brother, it's like, you know what I mean? How the youth I said, well, I'm ready for lyrical confrontation, you know what I mean? Cause you reach. So, you know. But Masicka, he's gonna use the same thing. Probably pull the level card and like in the interview he did the other day talking about he don't meds man when him go in the studio and all these things, and I tell the people then why, one bag and Nancy story. But if that's how we see it, cause Masicka reach right now, he up there put out two solid body of work, and he feel the need to say, well, like other artists do. But when nothing not going for them, they always throwing these subliminals and throwing their little shots for them, for them name to be mentioned in the culture, which is right. Cause we see it happen in the hip hop genre, like we seeing right now with the Kendrick Lamars, the Drakes and the J. Cole and them and the ones them before them. But this is what happened when you proclaim yourself as the GOAT or the greatest, or some people would say, the greatest of all time. And then we see what happened with J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake the other day, right? So this is what happened. But Masicka probably gonna pull that level card and say, well, since he signed to the label and looking for structure, whatever. And then once you sign, it's not like you could just do what you feel like. So who knows? You know what I mean? So, but I saw TJ and other artists signed the other day and still was clashing. Boy, I mean, I can't really get into details because I don't know the deal that Masicka signed. You feel me? But I know before he was signed, before Masicka reached to this point, Masicka did a gun, man. Yeah, man. Masicka was gunning for, you know what I mean? Going for certain artists' head. You know what I mean? Pause so that same way. But you don't know how that go. Masicka was going for their head, man. He's going for the kill. But no. Masicka say him nah meds them artists, him nah meds this, him nah meds that, and him just want to focus on putting out great music, great content. Can't really knock him for that, but when it comes to that this conversation like what we having right here, Masicka, just know say your name. Why it a go be sticky, It a go be sticky because people are gonna say, well, Alkaline is a worthy opponent. People still want to see that confrontation there, lyrically. I talk about taking it to the streets and all them things there because we don't see what that did to other artists, the ones them that, came before you. But no, like I said, look what's going on in hip hop. It has nothing to do with with J. Cole, Drake, and them having no whatever physical beef to say. Some of them have beef, backdoor conversation, and all these things. Talking about who's the greatest and might work with this artist, but still saying, I'm better than him and all these things. It happens. It's nothing new. And this is why we reach to these conversations. Like, you can't proclaim yourself as the greatest of all time lyrically as a hardcore DJ and you never showcase that talent, especially competing with the next artist that's on your level. You know what I mean? But you could claim it. No one can say the artist is not great. The artist say himself he's a great artist. He's the greatest. That's how he see himself and all this thing. But to the fans, then, when it comes to us, we're going to be like, yo, you got to prove that, You have to show us that you're the greatest and the baddest thing. And I think that's where it is with Masicka and Alkaline on the hardcore side of dancehall music being a genocide fan, right? Or fans versus being a vendetta fans. You know what I mean? So, vendetta fans are always, they always gonna have this thing to say, well, yo, on an artist, him follow the formula, him use the artist name, forget the clout and all them thing and whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, now we reach, he don't want to forgive the artist a fair fight. You know what I mean? He must say, but no, this, and he must pull level scared and all them thing. And them thing not gonna work when it comes to a lyrical confrontation, brother. So, it's either you just build and, move on with your career and, yeah, just load the bad man songs them and the gunman songs them and, that part of the music and claiming you're the king and you're this and, you're making dance all afraid and artists scared, all these things, just load that party and build, Yeah, man. Because for me start making certain statements, yeah. You feel me? We gonna be here to remind the people them that yo, you know what I mean? It comes to like this artist is really a troublemaker, you know, but even they really want no, you know what I mean? They don't want no few, they don't want no clash, man. Hype them a live off for rascal gimmicks. Joke this. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But that's why to me, Masicka them artists there. And someone probably told Masicka right now, like the Beanie Man the other day, yo, that pass and all that thing, telling Masicka, but yo, you really want to go against this artist? You know what I mean? Like you really want to, put your career out there like that? Cause we saw what happened before. The youth have a track record to show well, you know what I mean? It's proven. Are you willing to put your career on the line? You know what I mean? On that line, by proving you're the baddest thing. There's nothing to prove. Go in the studio, build records, build hit records, and yeah, tell them that catch up, can't find a hit, and things like that and things like that. But you do not dare go in the studio and put out that, and especially quote, mention the vendetta or something close to say, whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? Don't do that because we saw what happened before, and it could happen again. That was a smart move for Masicka if you ask me though. You know what I mean? But the little shades them, even in the interview I was watching the other day, the little shades them and the little, what they got innuendos. you know, how though? It's crazy, these artists go always gonna do that, man. They always gonna do that, throw the little shots. I'm not focused on the artists there right now. Some artists need to go find hits. While talking about them now meds no artists, or them they don't go in the studio meds artists. Maybe that's why some of your music come out that way. Maybe you're not going there as a meds artist, but your meds alone is you competing or trying, you know what I mean? Because, he's saying that he only competes with himself. There's nothing wrong with that being a better person. But being the baddest DJ and the baddest artist with that GOAT and the greatest of all time title and all these things, you could be bad to yourself all you want. But until you prove that with with a worthy opponent, you're not really saying much, man. You're not really saying much. But that's my thoughts right now for it. And the next thing people will say, well, how about TV? The artists they don't collaborate and do a collaboration. But that's gonna be for next video. That's gonna be for next video. Why the artists them don't collaborate more than clash, or compete. Why we don't get these collaborations are about like back in the days we used to see only artists collaborating and Ray and why the artists them a clash, you know what I mean? No. And that's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with collaboration and artists not collaborating with each other. Once you making the statement that you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time, you're the baddest thing lyrically, you're this, you're that, know that comes with us with certain circumstances. That's all I'm saying. You understand? Until then, don't say that. Don't make claims or don't claim things that you cannot defend. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it and that's how I call it. But until then, people, while good stay blessed. I'll check with you guys on another one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and make sure you hit all notification. All right? Yeah, that's it. I could have going some more, but we're gonna leave it right there. And like I said, I'm gonna give you guys an update on why. Because someone asked me this before, why the artists they don't do more collaboration than or why we never see some of the biggest artists them do collaboration with each other instead of clashing. And some of them they did and some didn't. So that's gonna be for our next video. All right. But yeah, we're gonna leave it right here. You know what I mean? Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, people. And like I said, until the next notification, stay blessed. All right. I'm out.